Exactly. Everybody who doesn't understand the Bible, they'll say Christian country. They don't know that being a Christian that you follow Jesus. Just because somebody said, didn't we just read Jesus said, not everyone who says Lord, Lord will enter the kingdom of heaven? But yet people say, well, some founding fathers said, and yeah, and your founding fathers lied. First of all, they tell you that they're deists. They believe in a creator based on reason. They don't, it's the reason why they don't bring up the scriptures and they don't point to the scriptures, but they use biblical words that secularize people who are deceived, because this is all Freemasonry. You know, Freemasonry is a counterfeit. They want, that's the whole point of Freemasonry, is to imitate God biblically, but almost in an antichrist kind of way, so that they can blaspheme God while also trying to infiltrate and act like they are serving God. And they do this all externally and materialistically. This is why the buildings, there's nothing wrong with the body of Christ assembling and having fellowship in a building. But a lot of these buildings, because of the money incentive and all the worldly and fleshly things, reveals that the body of Christ doesn't exist in most of these buildings. Most of them, there are some biblical buildings where the body of Christ can assemble and worship and preach the gospel that glorifies Christ and his word, and love and serve each other with biblical order and decency. But that's a remnant. That's an exception. That's not the rule. But the world makes that makes that the rule. Oh, you're a church because you have a building that has aesthetically looks like a church. Oh, you're a church because you got a cross in the steeple and you call yourself a pastor. And no, if the Bible you really have to put your faith in Jesus biblically. You can get all the words, but if you reject who Jesus is biblically to believe a different Jesus or a different gospel, then you're not a Christian. You're not in the body of Christ. You're not the church.